Every class attentively again is a tapasya. And day by day, we have to increase that tapasya. And in being attentive there, every word we try to listen and see in and through that word the present and expression of the divinity, because they are the words of the Shastra. So we are given this opportunity to do this sadhana tapasya. Perhaps we might have prayed to the Lord for a long time that we want to do sadhana. In this way, when you and I do in the beginning the dependent sadhana is sadhana under compulsion. What is the compulsion? That attend the class. You and I take the class. In through this dependent sadhana, when we discover the strength in us to be able to do the sadhana, then we can do the independent sadhana. In the independent sadhana, these bondages are not there. You are in your own freedom, but anytime, every time you are in sadhana. I am also not bound by the classes. I am in my own sadhana. But before that, this is essential. Even when we reach to that level, to justify or mm, to extend our devotion to Shruti Mata, gratitudes, we will keep on listening. The other times, we will become independent sadhakas. If this way, if we can commit to ourselves, not only during listening the class, we are sadhakas, of the class also, we can do our sadhana. That's how the time we have to give more and more for sadhana. Thereafter only we give the mind, and while giving the mind only, the knowledge, the devotion aspect of the Paramatma, we start understanding, and accordingly we in devotion surrender, in knowledge, in meditation we merge in the truth. This is how has to happen to us. So thanking you all, congratulating you all, I welcome you for our this Adhyatma Ramayana study. Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः ॐ नमस्काराय नमः शम्भवे च मयो भवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च ओम श्री राम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या भक्ति विद्या योग विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या भक्ति विद्या योग विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री सीतारामाभ्यां नमः। श्री उमा महेश्वराभ्यां नमः। श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्राभ्यां नमः। श्री वाल्मीकि तुलसीदासाभ्यां नमः। श्री वेदव्यास महर्षये नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्त गुरूणां देवतानाम् अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोध सिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम समस्त सनातन धर्म भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक धर्म संस्थापकानां विघ्न शत्रु निर्मूलन द्वारा शक्ति साधना संपदा वाप्ति द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये शीघ्र गति निर्विघ्न दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थम विश्व शांति एकता प्राप्त्यर्थं च श्री ब्रह्मांड पुराणांतर्गत अध्यात्म रामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ श्री रामनाम संकीर्तनम्। श्री राम जय राम 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 जय जय राम। Dear sadhakas, bhaktas, welcome. Every day we are studying few shastras just to remind ourselves of the ultimate goal of life to be Bhagavad Prapti. In that, the last class every day is of our Adhyatma Ramayanam from the Brahmaanda Purana. And this Adhyatma Ramayanam, along with Ramayana Katha, Ramacharitra, it is telling us all Adhyatmika sadhanas rahasyas. Good that we have started it 6 months back exactly. Tomorrow it will be the sixth month. So we have done the first, second, the Kandams, Bala Ayodhya, Aranya we are in that beautiful portions as we told you. Aranya Kanda is full of the Vedanta, Tattva, Bhakti, Jnanam. We are seeing it. Whether it is Sharavanga, Sutikshna, Agastya, our Bharadwaja Rishi Sammelanam, wherever we see Tattvam, Jnanam, Jnanam, Tattvam is taught. Here also now in the Dandakaranam Panchavati, when Sri Rama, Lakshmana, Sita started staying, Sri Lakshmanaji asking Bhagwan to give the moksha sadhana. So Bhagwan told Lord Maya and all in this fourth chapter, now to discover ourselves to be Vilakshana other than all these kshetra. As a kshetrajna, we have to have the mind prepared. For preparing the mind for a sufficient period of time, we have to live life with values. What are the values is the subject. These values are called Jnana Sadhana Lakshanas. Same argument was in Gita 13 chapter, ditto. So in that portion we are. After that, Bhagavan will tell us about the Vijnanam, Jnanam, then Jneyavastu. Then he says, all that is possible only when I bless. My blessings will come only when you are devotees. Without devotion, none of these things will happen. This is how this particular chapter 4 helps us in clear understanding of sadhana. So, though we have seen few shlokas, let us start doing them from the verse onwards. 31 से पढ़ लो क्या फर्क पड़ता है up to हम्म, हम्म, 42 sloka, half of the line will do. Only this much we can do today. Om Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. Brahmaanda Puranantargata Adhyatma Ramayana Shastram Aranya Kandam Chaturtha Sargaha Sri महादेव उवाच श्रीराम उवाच जीवश्च परमात्मा च पर्यायो नात्र भेदधीः मानाभावस्तथा दम्भ हिंसादिपरिवर्जनं पराक्षेपादिसहनं सर्वत्रावक्रता तथा मनोवाक्काय सद्भक्त्या सद्गुरोः परिसेवनं बाह्याभ्यन्तरसंशुद्धिः स्थिरता सत्क्रियादिषु मनोवाक्काय दण्डश्च विषयेषु निरीहता निरहंकारता जन्म जराद्यालोचनं तथा असक्तिः स्नेहशून्यत्वं पुत्रदारधनादिषु इष्टानिष्टागमे नित्यं चित्तस्य समता तथा मयि सर्वात्मके रामे ह्यनन्यविषया मतिः जनसंबाधरहित शुद्धदेशनिषेवणं प्राकृतैर्जनसङ्घैश्च ह्यरतिः सर्वदा भवेत् आत्मज्ञाने सदोद्योगः वेदान्तार्थावलोकनम् उक्तैरेतैर्भवेत् ज्ञानं विपरीतैर्विपर्ययः बुद्धिप्राणमनोदेहाहङ्कृतिभ्यो विलक्षणः चिदात्माः नित्यशुद्धः बुद्ध एवेति निश्चयं येन ज्ञानेन संवित्ते तज्ज्ञानं निश्चितं च मे विज्ञानं च तदैवैतत् साक्षात् अनुभवेत् यदा. ओम शांति शांति Shanti. Many a times, throughout life, some lives, what happens is, we only are Shrota. We don't even register what is said. In this way, after few lives only, we start registering what is said. Then only the importance of that is understood. After that only, we mean business. In the sense, all that is heard as sadhana, we accept them and we remind ourselves of that continuously and we keep doing. In this life of ours, we are only a window sharpers, it may be. Some of us, if really have become sincere, serious regarding the sadhana and siddhi by your own Guru Kurma and all, then each of these sadhanas, whether they are said as Jnana Sadhana Ityadi in Adhyatma Ramayanam or in the Bhagavatam, the Bhakti sadhanas that are told, or in the Upanishad, Panchakosha Viveka Sadhana or in Yoga Darshanam, the Vritti Nirodha sadhanas are in our Vishnu Sahasranama, Vishnu Puja sadhanas. We will note them either in the mind or there and only live those sadhanas. Spiritual sadhana is just like during a marriage, how a checklist is made and each of the things are accomplished. Or when you go for a shopping, make a list of it, go and buy and bring. इन द सेम वे स्पिरिचुअल साधना का हमें चेकलिस्ट बनाकर स्पष्ट रूप से अब मैं कहाँ हूँ, वेयर एम आई, व्हाट इज माय नेक्स्ट डेस्टिनेशन टू बी रीच्ड, हाउ हैव टू रीच, knowingly when we do that is sadhana. Sometimes we do japa, sometimes puja, sometimes patha, sometimes satsanga. These are all very erratic in that there is no systematic organization between, coordination between them. And yet all of that put together precipitates as sadhana, if not till tomorrow. With that faith we go. But if you are really mean business, if you are intelligent, you must be thorough. And every guru in every of the shastra has given systematic sadhana. He has not given erratically at random. Like if you take any Vedanta Shastra, how the Vedanta Gurus taught us Vedanta Vidya, have they not told us पहले विवेक करो, फिर वैराग्य करो, फिर क्षमा दमा उपरमा तितिक्षा श्रद्धा समाधान मुमुक्षुत्व भाव, then you go to the Guru, then how to reach to Guru, how to surrender to him, all are taught to us. Then having gone there, serving him as he expects to us, then after doing so, then we will ask him, he will give us Tattva Jnanam, and that we have to do lot of Shravanam, then more than Shravanam, Mananam, then Manamika Chintanam, everything told to us systematically. In Gita also, every chapter. Second chapter gives you the ultimate goal to reach. Third makes you start from where you are. The Karma Yoga, then Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga, then Karma Sannyasa Yoga, then Atma Samyama Yoga. These are all step-by-step developments of spiritual sadhana. In that way, we have to be clear. And in Yoga Drishti also, you are in Muda Buddhi, come to Vikshipta Buddhi. From the Kshipta, come to the Vikshipta Sthiti. From the Vikshipta, bring it to Ekagra. Ekagra Chitta, you apply, not for outer worldly achievements, but for the Vritti Nirodha through various Yoga Sadhana, Vyasa, which leads you to the Swarupa Pratishtanam. Where is ambiguity there? Even what we have started studying, how the Vritti Nirodha is done, Abhyasa, Vairagya, Abhyam Tan Nirodha. First be thorough, theoretical about it, then understand what is Abhyasa, Sito Yatno Abhyasa, Dirgala Nirantara Ityadi, then what is Vairagya, Vishavitrushna Vashikara Sangnya Vairagyam, then Param Purusha Kyati Guna Vaitrushnyam. Then when you do sadhana, how the Sampragnata Samadhi steps happen, Vitarka Vichara Ananda Smadita Anugata Sampragnataha, then how the Asampragnata Samadhi. So how beautifully our gurus have taught. We only don't pay our attention and catch exactly. And also listen, catch, and we have to make the plan of our sadhana. उसमें एक तो साधना है क्या होना चाहिए और कौन से समय में क्या साधना होना चाहिए, and try to stick to that. This conquering is called sadhana. When the mood comes, we do. If not, we don't do. That's a very lower level. That is better than not doing any day. So here also Bhagavan Rama, I have told Maya, from the Maya, only Dehadita Adhyatma, that is the samsara, and Maya works as Avarana Vikshepa. Then in its Vikshepa Shakti, it has projected the whole world. Other than that world is for yourself to pure, to discover yourself. What you need is some special ability in the Antakarana Chitta that comes to you do when you do the Jnana Sadhana. That Jnana Sadhanas are given. Few of them we might have already done, few of them we have to do now, some of them we may do in the future, but the list should be always in our heart. And all these sadhanas put together, balance our inner personality, integrate our inner personality, purify our inner personality, empower our inner personality. शरीर का भी, इंद्रियों का भी, मन का भी, प्राण शक्ति का भी, बुद्धि का भी, शुद्धिकरण, शक्तिकरण और संघट्टीकरण. All these things happen through the practice of these values. Non-practice of these positive values, living opposite to that, will make us more and more worldly only. We don't become qualified for the subsequently told Jnanam. From now onwards, when we study Gita, we have to put ourselves in the place of Arjuna, receive Jnanam, do sadhana. When we study Bhagavatam, let us put ourselves in the place of Parikshitji, listen it and do sadhana. रामायण पढ़ रहे हैं तो जिस जिस गुरु जिस शिष्य को दे रहे हैं, अभी लक्ष्मण बनकर हमको सुनना है. In that way, take it to ourselves, take it ourselves. Then only we can really understand, accept, do sadhana. So yesterday we saw up to 34th mantra, all above I am not going to remind now. Nirahankarata. The biggest problem is ahankara. The outer ahankara, its terrible influence of dominating others, suppressing others, repressing others, creating such a chaos. Every one of us know, and we are the masters of that. Inside the ahankara also is there the soft ahankara of doership. Only do the dharma and offer even that kartrutva to the Lord. This is the order given to an Adhyatmic sadhaka. Because that doership also a vritti, ahankara. You have to see the vritti rahita Paramatma. Instead of doing tamasic karma, rajasic karma, you do the karta of the sattvic karma. But after through sattvic karma, the rajasic tamasic are eliminated. Even sattvic karma mein only Paramatma sambandhit hona chahiye. Even that also you have to offer to God. Like I give the example yesterday, these classes, how much or vigorously we do with the kartrutva bhava while doing because a responsible individuality is required. After that, हे भगवान आप ही ये सब कहलवाए हैं. Tadiyamastu Govinda Tubhyame Samarpaye. It is you who made it happen. In that way, throughout our day's activities, whatever we have to do, only that we do, there's no doubt about it. In that also, the Kartrutva, Prabhu ki Kripa, Vayo Savukajo, Janama Savala, Amara Survajo, offer it to the Bhagavan. In this way, ego, when it becomes diluted, reduced, the real self starts appearing. This is the technique of Nirahankarata's working. You need not claim. You may be given a big post of prime minister, and for 4 terms you may rule the country. So what? Like that, millions of time happened. Millions of people have come and done all that. Nothing new. But while doing this, how much I allowed the divine to express through me, how much I reached to divinity, that accounts for me. Other than that, even big Rakshasas like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, they also have conquered the kingdoms, whole worlds. Point तो नहीं ना. तो फिर निरहंकारता. अहंकार का 2 रूप होते हैं, द पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव. द लो टाइप ऑफ पेसिमिस्टिक टाइप ऑफ होता है ना, मैं कुछ नहीं हूं, मैं यूजलेस हूं, मैं गधा हूं, मैं बेवकूफ हूं. दैट इज आल्सो अहंकार, इवन दो इट्स अ फैक्ट. द पॉजिटिव अहंकार इज नोबडी इज ग्रेटर देन मी, आई एम सो स्मार्ट, आई एम सो इंटेलिजेंट, आई एम ग्रेट, आई एम द हेड ऑफ माय फैमिली, आई अनाउंस इट विद द परमिशन ऑफ माय वाइफ. दिस अहंकार. Both of them need not. We are his instrument, that's all. Nirahankarata. Okay? Now the next one. What is that? Janma Jaradi Alochanam. I told you yesterday, there it is said what? What is that? Saira Mata Vinigraha, Indriyarta Vairagyam, Anahankarevacha, Janma Mrutyu Jara Vyadhi Dukha Doshanu Darshanam. We saw yesterday. जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि जो शरीर को होते हैं, जिसे आइडेंटिफाई करके हम इतने दुखी होते हैं, अनुदर्शनम. अगेन एंड अगेन व्हेन यू थिंक अबाउट इट, द वैराग्य फॉर द देह तादात्म्य विल कम टू अस, व्हिच इज फर्स्ट एंड बेसिक एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट साधना. वेरी टफ इट इज. इफ दैट इज कॉन्कर्ड, द अदर थिंग्स बिकम इजियर. प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना, अन्नमय कोश छूटता नहीं आराम से. Biggest one. If that's conquered, others are easy because the toughest is done. Easy relative to this, compared to this. वहां भी करना पड़ता है हमको. So therefore, this is one technique. जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि दुख दोष अनुदर्शनम. So जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधियों में दुख, और उसको मेंटेन करने के लिए शरीर को जितने दोष करने पड़ते हैं, उसका दर्शन हमको करते रहना पड़ेगा. We have to go on thinking about problems that occur to our deha. Therefore, if you are a dehi, dehavan identified, we suffer. Therefore, we have to detach from deha, discover ourselves to be other than deha. That is what is the lesson here. Here it is said as Janma Jaradi Alochanam. There in Gita, Janma Mridyu Charavyadi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. Next value also. Here it is said very short. There it is little bigger. यहाँ कहते हैं असक्ति ही स्नेह शून्यत्वम. Non-attachment and not raga also. Towards whom? Putra dara dhanadishu. Toward the putra, the children, dara wife or husband. Dhana means wealth. Adi means other properties, other positions, and other friends, etc. In Gita also, asakti ranavishwangaha putradara grahadishu. Anavishwanga is said there. Avishwanga is attachment. Asakti is attachment, anavishwanga is identity. Neither get attached nor get identified. Asakti hi and sneha shunyatva. Then this is a little crucial thing you have to understand. And for us, luckily nowadays, though, there are not hundreds of family members with whom we attach. One useless fellow is enough. Is whoever he may be or felly, we are lost in attachment to them. And 90% of attachment is what? They should listen to us or they change. They should change according to me. Look at the photo of Bhagwan. वो हंस रहे हैं किनको देखकर नॉट योर हस्बैंड देखकर आपको कि क्या है, मैं उसको बदल नहीं पाया आप कैसे बदलोगे everything has a role in life, so too everything has a limitation in life. Roles, responsibilities, when you recognize and do, great achievement. And we also know the limitations, and there when we can put a full stop, that also is great achievement. So here putra, how long, how far you have to both make him successful and stand on his feet, and how far we have to attach to him, and where we have to put a full stop. So to the dara or the wife or husband. Asakti, see, it's all pleasure giving, it is joy giving. If a wife or husband or children are very good, good, but you have some higher goal also to achieve. Not after they leave the body, while they are alive only, with mutual consent and discussion, if both husband and wife turn towards spirituality, that is the greatest achievement. Else the lives and lives and lives are lost in that. So putra dara, here dhanadishu said, there gruhadishu. Here gruhadishu, there dhanadi. So once you are attached to wife, husband, then you need the dhana and then the gruha. Endless. All of them are very good if you are not spiritual. We are talking spiritual subject, remember. आप लगातार गृहस्थ आश्रम में रहकर ऐसे करना चाहते हो, nobody will stop. Even God will not do gustaki. मेरे को क्या बड़ी है? But if you really say that I want to achieve something permanent, everlasting, then these are the things you have to understand. And it has to be done very delicately, as we are seeing in the morning Yoga Darshana Shastram, how the Vairagya is achieved. Vitrushnasya Vashikara Sanya Vairagyam. There also Yatamana Sagnya, Vyatireka Sagnya, then Ekagra Sagnya, final is what? The Vashikara Sagnya. Ekendriya Sagnya, Vashikara Sagnya. How delicately it is taught to us. That way we have to achieve it. Please remember, none of the spiritual instructions or sadhanas are achieved or done in a suppressing mood or jabardasti. All of them are just out of the intellect's analysis and right understanding. That's why avichara krutaha bandhaha vicharena nivartayet. Iti non or incomplete or wrong thinking is the cause of bondage. Right and complete thinking gives the wisdom or the liberation. You understand it? There is no jabardasti. You are not told to get separated from your wife, take talak at the age of 80 years. अरे हंसेगा वो जज अगर नहीं हंसेगा तो उसने भी लिया होगा. The idea is what? Don't insist. Don't all that. Let her be in her puja upasana and you do your puja upasana. Okay, sadhana mein raho. Point is that after certain age of 55, 60, children are so happy settled with their wife, husband, children. We only go on insisting on them to improve them. We start spirituality at age of 70 and we want them to start at age of 30. अरे कैसे होगा वो? Let them do it. From that point onwards, in any of the other reasons. And one or two things are what? If the prarabdha is bad, the children family are such ones that they neglect you. But convert it into vairagya and become spiritual. If the prarabdha is good, then be aware that if फंसा रहे हमको वहां भी डिटैच होकर अपने साधना में रहना. More important is what? If the sadhana is good, in the next life, the conducive family members Bhagavan will give for the sadhana. Or he may take us to such place where nothing is obstructing us. Is it not our own wisdom? Vichara. विचार करने से बात समझ में आते. None of the spiritual sadhanas are impositions or compulsions. They are only intellectual maturities. So we have to seek that intellectual maturity of right thinking and understanding, so that delicately, effortlessly, we detach from all that which is binding and we involve in all that which is liberating. So don't get carried away when it is said here, कि पुत्र दारा धनादिशु स्नेह शून्यत्वम असक्ति means कि straight away कल ही शादी कर ली आज ही सब छोड़ दी. No. After certain age, slowly leave them for their freedom. You as a jiva seek the eternal. Here dhana adishu means the property. All of that which we have discussed already just now in Bhagavad Purana. They are also for the sake of the earth or the land, all fightings between parents, children, brothers. सब हमने देखा ना. The same thing here कि asakti hi sneha shunyatvam putradhara dhanadish. So what you can feel in that is what? In the mind you can detach. Outside you can do whatever vyavahara required. It is not the split mind. Outside vyavahara is required, we are doing. And inside we have to be sadhaka, therefore we are doing sadhana. This is called as putradhara grahadishu asakti. If required, stay, but then slowly get detached from inside. If the chance of getting detached comes, enjoy it. Nowadays, stay with children, but then find your own house separately, room, or अपना साधना में रहो. Don't disturb them. Whenever they come with proper thing, आप प्यार से बात करो 1 घंटा 2 घंटा. These are all. This is how we have to negotiate. But come back to your sadhana as much as possible. Now here putradhara for the sake of them the dhana, उसके प्रति अटैचमेंट छोड़ो कह रहे इसका अर्थ. Other than this, your own personal bhoga, what we do, that is already told to be given up. In fact, those nonsenses, if you give up and use that time for sadhana, that itself will help a lot. You can stay in your own family with wife or husband or children. हमारे पर्सनल भोगों को, निद्राओं को त्यागने से जो समय एनर्जी मिलता है, that is good enough to do sadhana. When you are becoming more intense to sadhana, at that time, naturally in the sadhana pitha, when you are touching the subtle things, you slowly get detached from your own deha. From the deha only all these are related. Therefore, effortlessly it goes away. The attachments, etc. Gruhadeshu. So discover your own way and means. And that should happen very sweetly, delicately. Not in a harsh manner. Not in a fighting manner. ना अंदर दुखी होना है ना बाहर दुखी होना. Delicately you do. That's why we say general points we can say, but specific things तो like general medication होता है, specific medication होता है. That's why we must have our own guru whom we approach with our own specific problem. Then he will specially answer it. Because each case is different of a patient. Doctor will treat differently each one. Generally general medication तो बता ही देते हैं, वो अलग होता है. क्लियर. सो असक्ति ही स्नेह शून्यत्वम पुत्रदार धनादिशु. ये तो पहले जमाने की बात. अब तो किसी को पड़ी नहीं. एवरीबडी इन देयर ओन सेल्फिशनेस. काल तो बदल ही गया इतना सारा. Here putradhara gruhadishu has to be extensively understood. Where all adi means, some people may not be attached to the wife, but they are attached to somebody else in the office and friends, colleagues. इसका अर्थ उस वहां तक ले जाना. She is not attached to husband, but she is attached to her own parents again. That also to be included in that. Some are not attached to children, but attached to grandchildren. Adi, etc. means you have to add all that. Is it not? Some are not to the dhana, but the objects bought with the dhana, they are attached. कोई भी हो जो हमारे मन को खाता है उसको छोड़ो बस. Whichever distracts our mind's attention, all that importance given to the world we have to give up. That's what दृष्टा अनुश्रविक विषय वितृष्ण से वशीकार. वो ये सब मिलकर पढ़ो, बात थोड़ा समझ में आने लगता है. नेक्स्ट वन इज इंपॉर्टेंट. इष्ट अनिष्ट आगमे नित्यम चित्तस्य समता. देयर इज नित्यम च समचित्तत्वम इष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु. सेम थिंग्स सेड हियर बाय व्यास जी. वो भी व्यास जी, यह भी व्यास जी. सो इष्ट अनिष्ट आगमे नित्यम चित्तस्य समता. See, you have a mind, I have a mind. Mind naturally has some likings. You can't avoid it just like that. 100% मैं कोई लाइक डिसलाइक को पूरा छोड़ दिया नहीं कह सकते, जी नहीं सकते. थोड़े तो इसके ट्रेसेस होंगे. बट इन लाइफ बिकॉज ऑफ प्रारब्ध वेष्टि और समष्टि, समटाइम व्हाट इज फेवरेबल और कंड्यूसिव और लाइकिंग टू अस हैपेंस. Sometimes opposite of that comes. In both cases, as early as possible, if by accepting and we can bring our chitta to samatva, we have really conquered to a great extent the aspect of becoming miserable. Ishta anishta agame ki nityam chittasya samata. Nityam is not once or twice, all the time. And this is the biggest struggle. And the one who has mamata to deha, who has got lot of expectation from others, who has attachment to the things, etc., and bhoga through them, he will have so many conditions put in his mind. Okay, because of which everything appears to be opposite to his choice only. Most of the things. Therefore, he suffers more. And sometimes when the condition comes, he jumps out of skin with joy. That also is not right. Samachittatvam ishtanishtovapattishu. Is it not? Sometimes whom you love, they come your home. Sometimes whom don't you love, they come. दोनों को hospitality दे दो, भेज दो. So to on the dining table, sometimes the very liking dishes come. You enjoy it. When the other day whatever comes, that also you learn to enjoy. तो मन को इन विषयों के कारण, व्यक्तियों के कारण विषम डिस्टर्ब होने से बचाने का सीखना है. These are all sadhanas. Only then the mind will be later on stable to grasp the deep truths regarding the self and delve deep in meditation. Our goal is through meditation, transcending all the gross, subtle, causal, we have to reach Paramatma Tattva na. अब उतना सटल प्रयाण करनी है, हम इधर ही अटक रहे, लटक रहे, भटक रहे, तो how can we go? And if these things are not practiced a long time, we will not be allowed to go to the higher level. All these things are like a cow or buffalo tied with a rope to a tree or pole. It can't go beyond that. जितना रसनी है उतना ही जा पाएगा वो. हम भी क्या है, थोड़ा उपासना जब करेंगे, डीप कॉन्टेम्पलेशन नहीं होगा, because these attachments pull us down. Samachittva. And how to achieve samachittva, ishta, anishta? As I told you, prarabdha brings us this or that. And we have to be you have to understand the basics. Basics are basic needs of me. If they are fulfilled, I am happy. Beyond that, whatever is Lord's providence, whatever comes, I will accept with equal mindedness. This type of strong decision we have to take. This some of you have got, or most of you, or every of you have got during these classes. You don't plan in your mind कि ऐसा class होना चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं होना है. Because of that samachittata, sometimes class is good, another day not good. Still you are balancing. Both of them you equally forget. Is it not? नित्यम च समचित्तत्वम इष्ट अनिष्ट वो भक्ति. हंगामा मत बनाओ, इश्यू मत बनाओ. मैंने ये मांगा था, ये क्यों नहीं बनाया तुमने, ऐसा क्यों बनाया? मैंने कहा तुम तरी वाली सब्जी बनाने को बोला, तुम क्या ना सूखा वाला बनाया. अरे राम राम राम, जिंदगी भर किचन में ही खाने का ही. I tell you, as a human beings, with all the intelligence given by us, what pashus do, the same thing we do in a better manner. That's it. They eat without cooking, we eat cooking. They sleep anywhere, we sleep on the bed arranged. They take bath in that, we shower bath. They don't use soap, we use soap. Other than that, there's no change at all, there's no difference at all in us and pashus. They don't talk our language, they talk in their own language, fight, express their love. We also talk and fight with the same mouth given. There's no humanity or spirituality as a human being in us, many of us. And small little things we just make an issues. Nityam cha samachittattvam ishta anishta bhattishu. It can be people mainly, objects maybe. Dheere dheere na, life lena, this I like, this I don't like, concept should go away. Whatever is there is God's given, good it is. In the world of Vyavahara, they inspire us. I love it, I like it, I aim for it. It's my ambition to reach. That all is to come out of the Rajoguna. Or Sattva please, sorry. Come out of Tamoguna, invoke Rajoguna. At that time they are told. But once you have to be spiritual, reach the self who is beyond Antakarna. Antakarna has to be quieted. What disturbs Antakarna is that Vishamata. Tomorrow we'll teach the same thing to our youngsters in Gita. We already started today. Those 3-4 slokas. 5th chapter में विद्याविन संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गृहस्थे शुचैव सुभागे च पंडिता समदर्शिनः इह वितैर्जित सर्गः येषां साम्ये स्थितं मनः निर्दोषं हि सौम्रह्म तस्मात् ब्रह्मणि ते स्थिताः न प्रहृष्येत् प्रियं प्राप्य नो द्विजेत् प्राप्य च प्रियं स्थिरबुद्धिरसम्मूढः ब्रह्मवित् ब्रह्मणि स्थितः. Same sloka there and here. So this is another sadhana. Ishta anishta agame nityam chittasya samata. Tatha, the another beautiful sadhana is Mai sarvatmake ramehi ananya vishaya matihi. Conviction in our intellect regarding Bhagavan Rama and towards him our devotion. In Gita, Maicha ananya yogena bhakti avyavicharini. वहाँ अव्यभिचारी भक्ति मेरे प्रति अनन्य योग से कहते हैं. Very great sadhana. Means what? Only to the God we are devoted, not to anyone. Others only obligation, duty, response. To the God also we are devoted, not for any other profit, only for devotion's sake. That is why Ananya Yogena Avyabhicharini Bhakti. It is said there. Here also, Sarvatmake Mai Rame, me the Rama who is the self of all, Ananya Vishaya Matihi. In your conviction, you should have that the self of all is Rama, therefore that Rama alone is my own self. In that way, you maintain your contact with me with devotion. Mai chananya yogena bhaktiravyabhicharini. This avyabhicharini bhakti maicha ananya yogena. This is what is the next sadhana. Here it is ki mai sarvatmake ramehi ananya vishaya matihi. Ananya vishaya matihi means not expecting any other blessings from Rama for any other worldly things. And only to the Rama you have bhakti. Rama ke liye bhakti hai, and all the worldly things also you are attached. Then you are cancelling your own devotion. You love all. That's different. Learn the art. Love all, help all, serve all whenever it is required. But none of them should disturb your faith or devotion to Bhagavan. Is tarah ka maturity. Okay? Then the 1, 2, 3, 4 things will come here. We will see Jana Sambadha Rahita Shuddha Desha Nishayavanam. This is also important. Keep on frequently visiting to those places which are not frequented by the people. Therefore, you will not come under any obligation of discussion or talking to them. You can contemplate on your own self what is going on in me, where do I stand in my spiritual evolution, what to do. This type of reflection or contemplation or introspection we can do when we are with all alone. It is in Gita, it's called as Vivikta Desha Sevitvam. Okay? Vivikta Desha Sevitvam. Go there with your commitment of doing some japa or upasana, little purify the mind, little reach near to the God. That is what is Jana Sambhada Rahita Shuddha Desha Nishevan. Go to a pure place where there are not many people are there to frequent. Or if you are well rich, make your own house somewhere in the 2nd, 3rd floor. Don't allow anybody to come there. Any meetings niche kar dena for small little time. But maximum time you spend there in your own personal study, contemplation, japa, study, contemplation. All that we do know when we commit to ourselves, कि ये 5 साल में सिर्फ साधना में लगाऊंगा. Unless this type of thinking, commitments and vratas are taken, no, we won't do anything substantial. पहले 3 दिन के लिए सोचेंगे, 1 हफ्ते के लिए, after that 1 fortnight, then 1 month. In that way, we have to keep on expanding or extending the committed sadhana periods or times. Some people do and we look at them and laugh, kya kar rahe ho? That is the only way we grow. Not this way, ki whenever the mood is there, we do, otherwise we don't do. This is not at all sadhana. There is no commitment at all in that. That is why the Lord also is not pleased. Lord has no faith in us at all because we are erratic. हमको ही पता नहीं कब भगवान के नाम लेते हैं हम. अब उनको क्या से how will he stay? When you are in some offices, the workers come on time, but the boss is erratic because he is the owner of it or the manager. कभी 9 बजे आएगा, कभी 10 आएगा, 11 आएगा, 12 आएगा. पता ही नहीं हो, फॉर वॉट एवर रीजन, कोई काम था, कोई या तबीयत ठीक नहीं, नोबडी कैन आस्क हिम। कभी रात को कुछ खाना पीना किया, ज्यादा उठे नहीं, इरेटिक। सम शॉप्स आल्सो पीपल कभी 9 बजे खोलेंगे, 11, 10, देन पीपल डोंट गो टू दैट शॉप। बट देर आर सम पीपल सुबह 5 बजे खोल देते दुकान बस। देर आर सम पीपल 5, 5:30 they are ready every day throughout the year. सम टेम्पल्स आल्सो पुजारी कोई टाइम पे जाएगा, कोई 1 घंटे बाद आएगा, पुजारी की बात कह रहे हैं। अब भक्तों के डाउट है, आई डोंट नो व्हाट टाइम पुजारी कम, समडे 7 बजे 9 बजे। दिस erratic way, if we also have, भगवान will not be pleased. स्थिरता नहीं है हमारे जीवन में। वी आर गुड, वी आर साधकास, बट देन वी आर नॉट सो गुड एज साधकास that we are committed to doing in that way that our doings are reaching the Lord and He is attending to us, He is observing us. So keep that type of time targets and achieve them, and the Lord notices. 1 हफ्ते का, 1 महीने का, ऐसा. But even that 1 week also we can't do because we have so many attachments to the bhoga of the world. How can I do 1 week Swamiji without TV, without cell phone, without eating this and that, without... Then that's how we are mixing up samsara and sadhana. इसलिए न संसार अच्छी तरह enjoy करेंगे, न साधना, न घर का, न घाट का. Now these all have to be sorted out in our understanding. Here we are not pointing out anybody or blaming, only finding out that we are at this of sadhana where we have to improve upon. So Vivikta Desha Sevitvam or Jana Sambhadarahita Shuddha Desha Nishevanam. There Aratir Jana Samsadi, Bhagavan says. Don't be a member of parliament. Jan Samsad. Jana Samsad में रति नहीं होना चाहिए. Means what here? Prakrutaihi Jana Sangaischa Aratihi Sarvada. Always not be tasted or interested in meeting the people who are Prakruta, not Adhyatmika. The worldly people के साथ ज़्यादा जुड़े मत होना. And they are so into their worldliness, na? They use such powerful words of inspiration or all the thing, and you also go with them. पता चला कि व्यक्ति सांसारी है या विषयी है, भक्त नहीं है, आध्यात्मिक नहीं है, दूसरे नमस्ते पत्र गली से. Like the Nastikas, whenever they see a temple or Swami or a satsang, दूसरे गली से चले आते हैं. Same thing we have to do. Wherever we see the Prakruta Jana. Otherwise, you come under all obligations. And unfortunate thing is what all our friends, relatives fall in this category. Then under the obligation, there is that half of our time goes for them. ये तो आप देख रहे हैं ना, फिर इतने सारे उलझनों में, जाल में फंसकर कैसा होगा साधना फिर? And who will have to manage oneself? You only have to manage. Techniques Bhagavan is giving. Unless all this sorted out and said, right, we cannot gain the spiritual knowledge substantially about the reality, its nature, etc. Then, inspired by it, sitting for meditation for hours together, कहाँ होगा? All the time we are in the class, लेकिन 9 बजे वो फोन करेगा, 10 बजे इधर जाना पड़ेगा, 11 बजे वो आएगा. अरे रामा, इतने जन संसदी में फंसे हैं, इतने प्राकृत जनों में. We should not from our side initiate to be in any prakruta jana. Finish. Others prakruta, but somehow or the other we are in an obligation. That obligation also in minimum time let us finish. All said and done, come back again and again to sadhana. Come back again and again to Paramatma. As much as possible. And the technique what works, if we have committed our day schedule in spiritual sadhana, for some time these obligations of Prakriti Jana will disturb us. Slowly later on, it will recede. Once that recedes, again from many lives, whatever the nonsense we collected, that starts oozing out. In spite of that also, when you keep on doing sadhana, the influence of that vasanas, prarabdha also slowly gets reduced. After that, the steadiness comes. The discipline of regularly doing sadhana as planned by us happens. In that, we will start enjoying the doing, and that doing gives result. Everybody will have to go through like that only. So, prakritaihi janasanghaischa hi aratihi sarvada bhavetu. Almost 18 are over. Only 2 more are there. There also, here also. There he says, Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam Tattva Jnana Artha Darshanam Etat Jnanam iti Proktam Ajnanam Yadataha Anyatha. Same Bhagavan says here, Vyasaji, ki Atma Jnane Sada Udyogaha. Sri Ramji says to Lakshmana, always in trying to gain the intellectual knowledge of the Atma through Upanishads, you have to go on putting efforts. In the two efforts are, one, you come regular to the class. Second, ऑनलाइन होने वाला, ऑफलाइन में फिर से सुनो, कीप योर बुक इन फ्रंट, स्टडी, मेक नोट, स्टडी, कॉन्टेम्पलेट. दिस कॉल्ड एज आध्यात्म आत्मज्ञाने सदा उद्योगा. And then when that Atma-jnana Vishayas are becoming clearer and clearer, Vedanta Artha Avalokanam. Always contemplating on the Vedanta Vakyas. Tattvasi Mahavakya Ityadi. We are studying nowadays the Panchakosha Viveka. Before that, how much time we have spent on that greatest of the Vedanta Vakya? What is that? Brahma Vidapnoti Param. That is of the Yajurveda Brahmanam, explaining that the Rigveda mantra of Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. यहाँ से लेकर any of the Upanishad mantra whichever you remember, उसका अवलोकन करते रहना, contemplate करते रहना. So one side theoretical knowledge you are busy in gaining, whatever the jnana gained, on that keep on contemplating. This is called Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam Tattva Jnana Artha Darshanam. Here also Atma Jnane Sada Udyogaha Vedanta Artha Avalokanam. Uktairetaihi, with these 20 values, Vijnanam, you will become qualified for the subsequent Vijnanam. Viparitaihi, if you don't have these things, opposite of these things you do, Viparyaha, you continue to be in your own Ajnana Dasha. With this, Sri Rama teaching Lakshmana, the Jnana Sadhana Lakshanas is over. Now the Jnana Swarupa will be told, then Jnana Swarupa Atma will be told. Jnanam क्या है, फिर आत्म वस्तु क्या है, वो क्यों ज्ञेय बनता है. These three topics will be touched, which we will see when we come tomorrow. And I request you all to go through these points, at least remember them, each of them in the mind. In fact, these are the topics not to be covered this way in half an hour or 20 minutes. Every value you have to take, you have to dissect that, you have to thoroughly understand, we practice it. And in Puja Gurudev's life also, these 20 values he loves so much. He has written a lot of articles and all of that on these values in Bhagavad Gita and other general lectures also. And without these values practiced, we will never be qualified to invoke the Shruti Mata's Kripa in the form of Tattvajnanam, Guru Kripa and Bhagavad Kripa in the form of contemplation meditation. होगा ही नहीं हो. एक सिंपली लिखा इधर ना कि उक्तैरेतैर भवेत ज्ञानम विपरीतैर विपर्यः. Only when you have these values, you will be qualified for gaining jnanam. Opposite है तो ज्ञान कभी आपको नहीं मिलेगा. Let us value these values from the core of our heart. Chapter 12, values of Gita, and chapter 13 are very, very essential in the beginning of spiritual sadhana. Until the end, the Maya tries to attack us. With these values only, we can defend ourselves from that Maya. Some more thoughts, we'll see them tomorrow. Sarvam Ramarpanam Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namah. Bol Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantari Amritakalshasthaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokanathaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Bhagyavti Chandrika Bhakta Chitta Keki Ganagana Roga Bharatadam Bhole Muktidara Kutarikaya Namo Namaha. Om Nase Roga Hare Savira Javata Nirantanavata Vira. Om Sri Anviraya Namaha. Om Sri Anviraya Namaha. Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Namaha. Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Namaha. Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Namaha. Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Namaha. Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Om Sri Anumate Namaha. Om Sri Anumate Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Vajranakaya Vidmahe Tikshna Krishnaya Dhimahi Tanno Narasimha Prachodayat. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Lakshmi Narasimhaya Prahladaya Cha. Om Vajranakaya Vidmahe Tikshna Krishnaya Dhimahi Tanno Narasimha Prachodayat. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Lakshmi Narasimhaya Prahladaya Cha. Om Vajranakaya Vidmahe Tikshna Krishnaya Dhimahi तन्नो नारसिंहः प्रचोदयात्। ओम नमो भगवते श्री लक्ष्मीनारसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च। ओम राम 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 राम। ओम श्री अन्नपूर्णा मातु कृपया ज्ञान वैराग्य प्राप्त्यर्थम सदा सर्वदा अन्न प्राप्त्यर्थम विश्व शांति विश्व कल्याणार्थम समस्त जीवानां कृते सदा सर्वदा अन्न प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म वैदिक संस्कृति विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम अस्माकमपि भगवदनुभव दर्शन प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री आद्य शंकराचार्य कृता अन्नपूर्णा स्तोत्र से पारायण वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। देखो इन द सीक्वेंस टुडे अन्नपूर्णा स्तोत्रम के एंड मॉर्निंग आल्सो अन्नम ब्रह्मेति वेजानात्. The one who does the upasana of the Annam as Brahma, Sarva Anna will come to him. Throughout the Upanishad, at least 3-4 times more, the Anna Brahma Upasana we will see in a Taittiriya. Very wonderful topic it is. So here also we are praying to Annapurna Mata, O Mother, see to it that the correct quantity of food through all senses and mind reach to us along with this gross food, so that we are healthy, hale and heart and healthy at all levels of our personality, so that we become your own devotees. We serve you, O Lord, O Mother. This should be our attitude. Okay? May we not have the lack of energy or lack of food anytime, and always the required food to all faculties should come to us to keep us always in full energy and inspiration, so that we don't lag behind in our efforts for our sadhana and our devotion to God. Start. Om Ata Shri Adi Shankaracharya Virajita Shri Annapurna Stotram Annapurna Ashtakam. Om 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 Nityanandakari Varabhayakari Saundarya Ratnakari Nirdota Kila Ghora Pavanakari Pratyaksha Maheshwari Laleya Chalavamsha Pavanakari Kashi Puradhishwari Viksham Dehi Kripavalambanakari Matanna Purneshwari Nana Ratna Vichitra Bhushanakari हेमांबराडंबरी मुक्ताहार विलंबमान विलसत् वक्षोज कुंभांतरी काश्मीरागरुवासितांगरुचिरा काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलंबनकरी मातान्नपूर्णेश्वरी योगानंदकरी रिपुक्षयकरी धर्मैकनिष्ठाकरी चंद्रार्कानलभासमानलहरी त्रैलोक्य रक्षा करी सर्वैश्वर्य करी तप फल करी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलंबन करी मातान्नपूर्णेश्वरी कैलासाचल कंदरालय करी गौरी हुमाशांकरी कौमारी निगमार्थ गोचर करी योंकार बीजाक्षरी मोक्षद्वार कवाट पाटन करी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलंबन करी मातान्नपूर्णेश्वरी दृश्यादृश्य विभूति पावन करी ब्रह्मांड भांडोदरी लीला नाटक सूत्र खेलन करी विज्ञान दीपांकुरी श्री विश्वेशमन प्रमोदन करी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलंबन करी मातान्नपूर्णेश्वरी आदिक्षांत समस्त वर्णन करी शंभु प्रिये शांकरी काश्मीरे त्रिपुरेश्वरी त्रिनयनी विश्वेश्वरी श्रीधरी स्वर्गद्वार कवाट पाटन करी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलंबन करी मातान्नपूर्णेश्वरी उर्वी सर्वजयेश्वरी जय करी माता कृपा सागरी नारी नीलसमानकुन्तलधरी नित्यान्नदानेश्वरी साक्षान्मोक्षकरी सदा शुभकरी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलम्बनकरी मातान्नपूर्णेश्वरी देवी सर्वविचित्ररत्नरचिता दाक्षायणी सुन्दरी वामा स्वादुपयोधरप्रियकरी सौभाग्यमाहेश्वरी भक्ताभीष्टकरी दशाशुभकरी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलम्बनकरी मातान्नपूर्णेश्वरी चन्द्रार्कानलकोटिकोटिसदृशा चन्द्रांशुबिम्बाधरी चन्द्रार्काग्निसमानकुण्डलधरी चन्द्रार्कवर्णेश्वरी माला पुस्तकपाशसाङ्कुशधरी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलम्बनकरी मातान्नपूर्णेश्वरी क्षत्रत्राणकरी महाभयकरी माता कृपासागरी साक्षान्मोक्षकरी सदाशिवकरी विश्वेश्वरी श्रीधरी चक्षाक्रन्दकरी निरामयकरी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलम्बनकरी मातान्नपूर्णेश्वरी अन्नपूर्णे सदा पूर्णे शङ्करप्राणवल्लभे ज्ञानवैराग्यसिद्ध्यर्थं भिक्षां देहि च पार्वती माता च पार्वती देवी पिता देवो महेश्वरः बान्धवाः शिवभक्ताश्च स्वदेशो भुवनत्रयं बान्धवाः शिवभक्ताश्च स्वदेशो भुवनत्रयम् इति श्री आदिशंकराचार्य विरचित श्री अन्नपूर्णाष्टकं संपूर्णं. Tomorrow we'll see Rajarajeshwari Ashtakam. So beautiful. Thank you. ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो न प्रचोदयात्. प्राणाय पानाय व्यानाय उदानाय समानाय ब्रह्मणे ब्रह्मार्पणं मध्यमे देवतानुष्ठावस्तपादवृक्षान् आचमन ताम्बूल नीराजनं दर्शयामि. ओम ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाते. ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ दाशरथाय विद्महे सीतावल्लभाय तन्नो रामः प्रचोदयात्. रामभार्याय विद्महे पूजाय धीमहि तन्नो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मज्ञानं ब्रह्मलोकादाशीष मे गुरुपूर्ववाक्प्रमाणव्याख्यात तान् नित्यव्रतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम श्याम रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. राधावर कृष्णवंद्य भगवान की जय. उमावर चंद्रचूड़ भगवान की जय. श्री रामायण महाभारत भागवत उपनिषद गीता ब्रह्मसूत्र योगवाश पातंजलि दर्शन अध्यात्म रामायण सूत्र संहिता शिवपुराण सहस्रनाथ वैदिक संस्कृति श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इत्यादि शास्त्र की जय. श्री वेद व्यास सुखदेव सूत आदि भागवताचार्य की जय. श्री वेद व्यास विश्वामित्र अष्टवाल्मीकि तुलसीदास आदि रामायणाचार्य की जय. श्री वेद व्यास आद्यशंकरादि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्य की जय. श्री हिरण्यगर्भ कपिला पतंजलि व्यास आदि समस्त योग दर्शनाचार्य की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सतुनाथ महाराज की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. नमः पार्वती वदे हर महादेव हर. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. जानकी जीवन स्मरण जय जय राम राम. अम्बे अम्बे आदि पराशक्ति माता की जय. समस्त साधक श्रोत भक्त सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु गण की जय. थैंक यू. Hari Om. One more beautiful day at the feet of the Lord with your cooperation. Thank you. Om Namo Narayana. Thank you. Om Namo Narayana.